how to study and reverse engineering your content. As a content creator, you may have sometimes some struggle to always having new ideas when you're trying to create content. But there is something really important in content creation. It's not about always trying to find new ideas, but also using the ideas you already had and the idea that already works for people and even for yourself, and kind of reverse engineering them. That's what I mean by reverse engineering content. Reverse engineering means taking what's already working and transforming it into something new. So you don't generate a new idea, you're just using what's working and use it in a different way. And I want to talk about something that worked for me in the past 180 days. I've been creating content for the past 180 days. I'm hitting 11K followers on Instagram, 15K on TikTok, and nearly 2,000 or 3,000 on YouTube. But there is something really important. I've been posting only for like 6 months. And in 6 months, I can figure out something really interesting. And one of the key metrics that you can use when you're creating content is what I call the like ratio. Let me explain. When you're creating a video, people are liking the video at different times. Okay, do you agree with me? Sometimes they like it at the beginning, sometimes they like the end, sometimes they like the middle. But this is a real metric that you can study. So what happened in some of my videos that get really viral, and when I'm talking about viral, I talk about like 500,000 views, which means that nearly 90,000 people have watched the entire video. So that gives me a lot of information. Usually what happens, what you might think, is like over time, the like will decrease like on the straight ratio. This is what most people think, but this is not true. Actually, what happened is, at the beginning is always where there is the most like. This is where people get hooked. This is why you need to work on your hook. So you have like a kind of peak at the beginning, okay? This is like the maximum like you can have is at the beginning. Then the ratio goes to 0. At a certain time, it depends. People will like at this moment, that moment. It can even sometimes maybe like this, okay? This is just an idea. By the way, you can find this on parameters. When you click on your video, it's like in your statistics. And on TikTok, you can just go straightly to engagement. So yes, this is actually the engagement statistic that you can study. So over time, this is how the number of like over time looks like. At a certain moment, it will reach 0. And for a certain amount of time, you will have 0 like on your video. That means that during that period, okay, the viewer don't like the video. Or at least they are not like, oh my God, I like that video. If they didn't like it already, okay, assuming they didn't like it already. But what happened? Sometimes in your video, you're saying something really interesting. And then you have like a kind of spike of like. Okay, let me just make it. Okay. And then nothing happened. And then you have another spike. And then at the end, let's say you have a good call to action will usually happen at the end. You have another spike. That means, let's say we have 1 million views. This is like a really big video that went really viral. This is gold for you, because that means if here you have like, let's say 1% of people that like this video at that moment. That means if we have 1 million views, that means that 100,000 people like that video at that moment. This is absolutely crazy. And the key of that reasoning is that moment, whatever you were saying, okay, whatever you were saying in that video, people liked it. So this is what you can use for your next video. For example, I had a really interesting video where I was talking about, as a student, how I'm preparing my exam, okay? So this is like the hook. The hook was really simple. The hook was 10 semesters ago, I nearly failed my study because I was studying in front of the class, and then after becoming the top one of my class, I understood that the best way to study is to avoid studying. So this is like just a hook to introduce the story. But this moment where nearly 50,000 people for me, because my video get 500,000 views, has the most views, it's because I was filming myself in the stair saying, when I am surrounded by people who are stressed, I'm becoming stressed too. What does it mean? When I'm reverse engineering my content, that means that a lot of people, 50,000 people, were relating to that topic when I was talking about being stressed. The other one was when I was talking about how am I going to kill my exam, how am I going to destroy them. What does it mean? That means that if I'm creating a new video again, I can introduce this because I know that people already like it and I know that people already like this. So it can be either both two different subjects, like I used to be really stressed when I'm going to exam. Okay, I know that people are going to relate and then I can create a story on that. I'm reverse engineering my content. And then this one is, I'm going to kill my exam. Okay, I can make another video saying, okay, if you're a student, here is how you're going to kill your exam. Here is how you're going to destroy them. This is how you can, this matrix literally show you what people like in your video. And then you can use it to reverse engineering and create another video based on what people like in that video. I hope this makes sense. I hope everything is clear. Don't hesitate to ask questions on the comments. I'm trying to answer as much as I can. If you have another idea, another metrics that you would like to cover, how to understand how to reverse engineering your content, or other kind of thing, just ask in the comment. If you like that video, just give it a like. I hope everything makes sense. Again, it's just like something going straight to my mind, and I really wanted to share it to you. So let's give it a like, and I see you later. Bye.